So enough about me and yeah. So let's talk about your new course.
Let's talk about
All right.
it.
So we got the Girlz Inc. Online Academy. We've got lots of great online courses on there. And, you know, I have my courses. Amber had her courses, you know, and, you know, some of my besties, Mary and Na, got their courses. And, you know, where's Michonne? Where's her course?
Hanging out?
Yeah. So I asked you, I wanted you to have a course on there because, well, first, because you're really, really, really good at eyebrow design, right? You got really, really good at eyebrow design and you went through your journey with it. And I want a mapping design on the academy. I think that is what I remember. Shay Daniels, you were right in the middle of building your course. This was maybe 3-4 months ago. Mm-hmm. And she put a post out on what do you struggle with most in your PMU work? And do you know what? It was mapping. It was mapping design.
I hear that from artists all the time.
Yeah. And I didn't really expect that. I thought it was going to be like my depth or saturation. I thought it was going to be something with the actual tattooing, but it was mapping. And I came in, I saw you, and I told you all about it. I'm like, you need to get your ass going. I'm going to light a fire in your ass. You need to figure this course because it took you like a long time.
It took me 2 years, guys.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years to get this course.
Mind you, let's just put this in perspective.
Okay, what's perspective?
I don't really know how to use a computer, or I didn't know how to use a computer.
Right.
I've never worked on PowerPoint. I've never done any of that. I was using Paint for PowerPoint because I didn't know that you could do the same thing on PowerPoint as you can do with Paint. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I never even heard of Paint. When I found out like you were doing your PowerPoint on Paint, I think maybe Amber like threw you under the bus. She goes, she's doing her PowerPoint on Paint. I'm like, Paint? What the fuck is Paint? I thought all there was PowerPoint. I didn't know there was any other like app, or it's not an app, but any other program.
You were like, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to hold your hand. You got to figure it out. I was like, I'll figure it out.
Not for PowerPoint, but for the content. I mean, yeah. So once we got you squared away on PowerPoint,
I finally figured out some things, guys.
Yes, and things started moving again, you know. But I think, you know, you discovered what everybody has discovered, and is that building a course, an online course, okay, I'm going to hold that thought because I want to get distracted, but building an online course that is worthy, I mean, damn good all the way through.
And not boring.
Yeah. It takes a lot of work, a lot of focus, a lot of concentration, a lot of time alone. And it is hard. It is hard.
Especially when all the electronics break on me.
Yes. Yeah. And even when everything doesn't break and it's working properly, it's hard because I've built, you know, a handful of courses now, and it's really hard because everybody learns differently. And I have a standard for the online academy, right? That's why it took me 3 years to even get to get it launched, because I just had this standard of what I wanted. And the videos have to be like super high quality and clear, good angles, no shadows. I mean, these videos, and I don't like montage videos, like when you get to a certain second and they just fast forward through it, like they montage it, or that it's like highly edited. You know, if there was bruising, I wanted I want
to see it.
The viewer to experience the bruising. If we couldn't get an eyebrow to stop bleeding, I wanted that experience for the viewer, you know, the student. I wanted it to be real time, a real experience with what's realistic. And besides video, you got to have written content, because some people learn by watching video and listening to us speak and talk through theory and watching. And some people, they retain more by reading content. So I think it needed to be a great combination of written content, video, PDFs, checklists, handouts, PowerPoint, and you got to have some humor thrown in there. You can't be too dry or it's, it gets really fucking boring. So you got to have like a little bit of a sense of humor, but not too much, right? So yeah, and I think your course finally, after 2 years, I think your course is fantastic. So I've been flipping through all of it the last like 4 or 5 nights. And it's really good. You should be proud of yourself. Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah, I finally finished it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, yeah. I can finally breathe a little bit.
Yeah. And when you watch it back, are you like 100% satisfied?
Yeah, I'm satisfied. I'm really satisfied with it now, but I feel like I'm going to get further in my career, watch it and be like, no, more.
Yeah. Yeah. and I'm doing that with my lift course and my powder brow course. Yeah. Right. And it's like every 3-4 months, I will go on my lift course or my powder brow course or the needles, and I will read it. I'll watch it, and I'm like, why didn't I, I'm missing something. Mm-hmm. You feel like you're missing something. I could have added that. I need a new video demonstrating it this way, or you think of a new analogy. So I think, it's important to keep refreshing your course so it doesn't get old. Like, you don't want your course to be 3 years old and it's never been looked at with, your eyes, your fresh eyes and new content, added, because courses can get old and stale. You want to keep it relevant and you want to keep it fresh. Yeah. So I think that's important. And we definitely do that on our academy. So yeah, I'm proud of you. I didn't know if you would ever do it. I mean, I know I was hounding you for a while, and then I was like, I'm just going to fucking like...
If I leave her alone,
I'm going to leave her alone. Yeah. And then like one day I think, you know what? I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it. And I'm going to launch it, and it's going to piss you off. But once you got your wedding under your belt and got that behind you, you dug in.
Yeah.
And you got her done.
I told you I was going to finish it.
Yeah. And I think everybody's going to like it a lot. And like I said, it's all on mapping. And again, it's the mapping, it's the design that a lot of people struggle with. And you did, not maybe to the length of some people. Mm-hmm. I don't recall you having like big, huge, major struggles with your design. I just remember you being slow. Amber was slower though. Mm-hmm. Remember, I had to go put a timer in her room, set the timer one day. Yeah, with a big old the timer went off like a big old bell. So you were faster than Amber, but you were still slow.
Yeah, I wanted to try everything and anything I could to make myself faster, get a better design. Just because the faster, you want your clients to be numbed by the time you get there. You're taking 2 hours, an hour to draw. They're not numb anymore.
Right.
And you just want to get it on there as easy as possible.
Yeah. And we got Amy right now who's taking an hour, sometimes longer.
Not anymore.
To draw. Yeah. So we've kind of been on her ass lately. Yeah. So, but that's what we do. That's what we do here. We
got to light a fire under your ass.
Yeah. We got to get them over these little challenges and these obstacles and, roadblocks that every artist comes up against. And at least they're in a safe, a studio that's safe. We love them. We care for them. And when we see them struggling, we address it and we get them over it, get them through it, hopefully.